This is an introduction to Collaborative Connections, a pilot project where we're exploring the feasibility of connecting the experience and expertise of the ACS Cobham alumni community who are working within the creative industries with our current students. In a recent lecture, Sir Ken Robinson talked about changing education paradigms, where he explains the importance of collaboration in education.
I think we have to recognise that most great learning happens in groups, that collaboration is the stuff of growth. If we atomise people and separate them and judge them separately, we form a kind of disjunction between them and their natural learning environment.
The importance of collaboration is also seen in the workplace, where it is demonstrated in an article on the Good website entitled 30 Places We Want to Work, which sets out 10 criteria for a good working environment. The 7th criteria is defined as, it plays well with others, collaboration and sharing are common practices. Which leads to the question, are we preparing students with the tools and skills for collaboration in the workplace? In an attempt to answer this question, students who studied IB Art at ACS Cobham were approached and asked to complete an online survey to explore their opinions from classroom to career. The responses reflected the diversity of the international student population, with a total of 15 completed surveys sent from the UK, Denmark and Holland, and as far afield as North America, South Africa, Lebanon and Papua New Guinea. The alumni career paths are as diverse as their locations, with several alumni pursuing careers within the creative industries, such as architecture, graphic design and television production. The alumni were asked the question, how important is collaboration in your day-to-day work? The responses ranged from important to very important.
Collaboration is really important to me and the team that I work in. We don't have the luxury of meeting as a team face-to-face very often. We can hold video conference meetings with London and South Africa and Tokyo, for instance. No matter where we are, we can see who's online and easily be able to see what state they're in.
In parallel with the alumni survey, a group of high school students signed up for a Collaborative Connections workshop. They spent a session after school exploring their ideas about collaboration. The students were introduced to several reworkings of the familiar London Underground map. This led to a representation of the 7 spaces of collaboration. Each space was displayed as a tube or subway line to build up the understanding of how students are using collaboration tools both on and offline. This framework of the 7 spaces of collaboration provided a good starting point to discuss how the students collaborate. The students had to identify tools that they used for collaboration in the various spaces and rank them according to the amount of time they spend collaborating in that space. Secret spaces are spaces where students connect with each other, for example sending text messages, instant messaging, or using desktop video conferencing to collaborate. Group spaces provide the opportunity for students to collaborate as part of a group with a shared identity. These spaces include social networking sites such as Facebook and Bebo. Publishing spaces allow students to create content and collaborate with the world by sharing their thoughts via a blog, photographs on a photo-sharing website like Flickr, or videos on YouTube or Vimeo. Performing spaces are spaces where participants can take on the role of a character in a game such as World of Warcraft. Offline performing spaces include drama and sport activities where they can collaborate with others as part of a group or team. Participation spaces encourage individuals to work collaboratively towards a goal or specific purpose. Participation is seen in both online and offline live events. Data spaces enable individuals to interact with the data and collaboratively produce new content using real-time data such as the microblogging service Twitter. Watching spaces enable individuals to collaborate in an event either as part of a group lecture or a shared experience of a film. The reflections from looking at the chart demonstrated that most of the students' free time is spent in secret and group spaces, and to some degree watching spaces. They spent significantly more time collaborating in their free time compared to collaborating at school. They were shown this clip from the BBC Virtual Revolution series as an introduction to the group activity.
Every society always looks at the preceding age while living in a new current one, never sees the age it's living in.
You might be surprised to learn that that was recorded in the 1960s, and the person who was speaking was the Canadian maverick thinker Marshall McLuhan.
In the 1960s, he told a story of how, in the future, we'll all be connected in real time, and our messages will just sort of flow as if we were sitting next to each other. as if we were right there. And that's just a profound thing to say in 1968.
Then they were set the task to produce a collaboration tool for the future. Each group was given a box of items including some straws, plasticine and elastic bands to complete their model. They had some time to discuss their ideas and then time to create. Each group presented their ideas to each other, and within 10 minutes they had produced some interesting models of collaboration tools for the future. As a follow-up to the workshop, the students were given a questionnaire where they could select the alumni that they would like to connect with and ask questions about their career and the courses that they took. On a recent visit to London to talk about her book, Zaina Al-Khalil shared her answers to one of the students' questions.
Being a writer involves a lot of discipline. A book or a body of writing takes a lot of focus and concentration. You have to spend a lot of time networking and promoting yourself. You sometimes learn more about yourself through other people. I do have a lot of freedom in what I do. I can be as provocative as I want to be. I can be as political as I want to be. It's not what I expected to be doing with my life. I knew it was what my passion was, but I wasn't sure that that's what I wanted to do as a career.
The importance of collaboration is summed up by Michael Dell when talking about the future of collaboration in the year 2020.
Now we have a whole generation of kids that grew up, and that's just, they assume that you share information, you collaborate with information, and you get better answers and better outcomes. The best answer, may be off in a whole nother country, in a, whole nother place and time, and that's fine.